Greetings, fellow captains, and welcome back to another episode of World of Warships Legends with the Hive Hand. And, today we have basically my first game in the Des Moines. So I just unlocked it this morning. Not my first game in the Des Moines. Obviously, I had it on test for a couple of weeks when it was initially out, but I've actually finally finished the Bureau project. So I thought, you know what, let's take it for a spin. And I died kind of quickly into this game, but I've been sort of toying with some topics. I mentioned my Reddit post about how ridiculously overpowered high explosive is, and how it's basically the meta for the game. Although thankfully it's not used as often as it really should be, in all fairness. But this game kind of highlights it perfectly, and also highlights a couple of things about the general state of gameplay. And normally I wouldn't have bothered to continue to watch the game. I would have just gone back to port, but I thought, but why didn't I? I'll you know what? I won't spoil it. We'll let it play out. So as you can see, I've spawned on the B side. The Flanders pushing up behind me. Right, all right, great. Iowa spotted. Right, okay. So that Iowa can overmatch my bow. So I want to avoid the Iowa if at all possible. We've got two of our DDs pushing into the cap. So I'm like, right, I'm going to push around the outside. I'm not going to hold back. I'm going to get around the outside here, and I am going to do my best to support them. Once again, the enemy Iowa was spotted. There's also an enemy cruiser. We tried to take a look at what that is, but unfortunately we didn't see it. We try to see if we can shoot at the Iowa, but we get spotted. Nothing's contesting the cap at the moment, but we know he must be close. But obviously there's a Worcester there, so we want to try and see if we can, at least scare him away from the cap, because he's very dangerous to our destroyers, obviously. So yeah, I want to get rid of him, or at least get his attention onto me, so my destroyers can get a bit of an assist. I'm still trying to figure out where I'm spotted from. He could be beside the cap. He could be nestled around there by the Worcester somewhere, or he could also he could have gone out on the flank, and that's where I'm getting spotted from. But no, there he goes. It turns out he's just in front of us, just holding off the cap. Why he wasn't contesting the cap, I don't know. Why, when there's two battleships behind me, is that Worcester still alive? And not to be one to toot my own horn, but this is the greatest torpedoes I think I've ever seen. Look at this for some precision steering and timing. Oh my god. Oh, think thin. Right, okay, so I'm still spotted. So, well, there we go. There just so happens to be a Shimakaze who's also pushed up into that same spot, and what I can only assume has gone AFK, which is obviously AFK ship on either team is bad for the match. But hey, it's a free kill on a Shimakaze. We are 100% going to take that, and you can just see I just start getting absolutely battered. Well, not absolutely battered. He's hitting his shots at least. Some torpedoes fly past there from one of my DDs, which has just sacrificed himself to the mines. Worcester goes full broadside to us. So obviously we load the armor, armor piercing, and of course we miss. He manages to turn, he manages to angle away, and just two fires. Nothing I can do about the two fires. They're just gonna have to burn. But the problem I've got here is obviously there's a mains pushing around behind me as well. There's the mains, and the pair of them just absolutely peppering me with HE. So these are 2 fast-firing HE cruisers. And there, I'm gone. But why are they alive? There are 2 battleships sitting behind me. And this is where I was like, what the hell? Like, how are these 2 still alive? I need to know what the hell happened in this game. Also, we lost one of our destroyers. There we go. The main's now contesting the cap, and I'm kind of raging. I've had to remove the audio because I did say some unsavoury words about our ships, and then it's like, oh right, okay. So this guy's AFK. Stuff happens. People get disconnected. Wait. Hello? This guy was pushing up behind me. What happened? It just stopped. Is he AFK? Has he been disconnected? You know? Like, we don't actually know what's going on. But we can establish this when we get to the scoreboard at the end. Because we all know if you get disconnected, you get a 0 score. I'm just like... Wait. So now he's moving. Now the Flanders... So he pulled forward, sat behind that island. I'm guessing he was... Probably had the same reaction I did. And I was like, yeah, I don't want to mess with an Iowa. In a Flanders... I don't know. I'd be a bit more bold. I think I definitely would have not been scared of an Iowa. Like, I don't know. Is he going for some kind of challenge? We can see here over on the seaside they are eventually about to take the cap. Well, we're in a good position. It's 3v5. So all my team has to do is play sensibly. Literally, that's all they need to do. Just play sensibly, push together. Like the Flanders, knows he's on his own. He could have supported me and the 2 DDs earlier on. That probably would have been a fairly solid tactic. But no, he's decided he's gonna push out on this flank entirely by himself. And does he not see the ships in the cap, or at least the ship in the cap, the mains? No. Yeah, this Georgia's definitely out of the game. Unfortunately, not exactly a lot he's going to do. So technically, we are 4v3, but that's the Iowa's still where it is. So this is actually a 4v2. Yeah, because the Iowa. If I knew that Iowa was AFK, I could have pushed the Worcester, not get caught between the 2, and then maybe we could have put up a little bit more of a fight. So this Shimakaze, they capped C a minute or 2 ago at this point. He's been a little bit timid, but he's still alive. And right, so here we go. This is what was a full health Flanders. He's already lost 15,000 hit points to these 2 cruisers. He's spotted by the Iowa. These 2 are going to use island cover to get unspotted by him. So there we go. There's the mains gone. Okay, the Worcester is still spotted. And there we go. That's 4 fires. Watch how quickly this guy's hit points just dissipate. He's trying to recover it with a heal. So even with the heal going, he's losing like a couple of 1,000 hit points a second. He's not aimed well on the Worcester, unfortunately. But he's also made the mistake. So it's the Iowa, the AFK Iowa, that is spotting him. If he just pushed in to the cap, they would have to show themselves to shoot at him. But you can just see, 4 fires, his hit points are just absolutely melting. Mains scores himself a cheeky high caliber there. And there, finally, the fires right. He's got 8,000 hit points left. Worcester's off behind the island. Iowa's spotting him, and Mains is just bullying him. He can't do anything. He let himself stay spotted by the AFK ship, and yeah, now it's a 3v3. So Sergeant Battles here, very smartly pushes down and takes the decap. I think that was probably a good move. The Kansas pushed A by himself, like he should have stuck with the destroyer and the cruiser, because essentially exactly the same thing is going to happen, and this poor Kansas can't do anything about it. Alright, okay, so he's only got one fire, but he's got a Worcester and a Mines absolutely shredding him. Takes a shot at the Mines. Mines turns in, bow tanks in. Yeah, nothing he can do. He's made the mistake of pushing by himself. So now it's a 3v2. and the Baltimore, instead of firing at the Mains or the Worcester when they were spotted, decides to take the easy damage on the Iowa until the Mains start shooting at him. So when the Mains was peppering the Kansas, maybe he didn't have the range, like maybe, to kind of give him the benefit of the doubt. But no, he only pays attention, really. He only really pays attention to the Mains and starts firing him when the Mains pays attention to him. So, but like I said, I don't want to knock the guy. Like he capped D. He's actually the one that's given us the lead, not the Shimakaze, which could have took D faster earlier and improved our hit points. But the Shimakaze doing the smart play, going to take D. So we've got a points lead when the Baltimore goes down, which is probably going to happen. Let's be honest, the Baltimore is not going to survive against a Mains and a Worcester. It's probably not going to survive against the Mains, in all fairness, on its own. But the Shimakaze is doing the smart thing for the time being, by retaking the C cap. We're about to lose A, but we've got we've got the points lead. So the Baltimore could have stayed turning away and disengaged. That would have also helped us, but hungry for kills, hungry for damage, who knows? And there we go. The Mains gets himself a Kraken unleashed, and so we're just down to the Shimakaze. Shimakaze versus a Worcester and a Mains. You know where the Worcester is because he's just taken A. You know where the Mains is, so you can see him. So what you do? You turn out, right? You pull a hard left here. You get out of A cap and you survive, because all you've got to do is sail away for 2 minutes, and you've won the game. 3 caps to 2. Even if they take back B, they can't win. They'd need to take back B. They'd need to take back C, and they'd need to do that in under 2 minutes, which is just quite simply not going to happen. So the Shimakaze, hungry for kills, again, sort of crashes into the island trying to get his torpedoes away. And now he's definitely going to turn it. He's definitely going to turn and run. Like that's what you do. You can see the Mains was coming for that corner. He's going to be there. You know he's going to be there. But, so what do we do? What do we do here? Well, of course, we sail towards the Mains. We sail towards the light cruiser with very rapid firing guns in our Shimakaze. So he's spotted. Right, okay, so now you're going to turn. You're going to use the island. You're not going to use the island to hide and to run away from the Mains. You're going to sail out from him 3.5 kilometers away and fire off your torpedoes and fire up your smoke. And yeah, of course, he's actually going to die to a torpedo. So, like, what can you say? What can you do in matches like that? I think we've highlighted a few significant issues. One, you can see exactly how ridiculously powerful HE spam is. Players disconnect, and just the level of gameplay, just people not understanding how the game is played. And Flander, no, he scored. He didn't disconnect. He was there. He was there for the entire game. But hey, what can we do, eh? Anyway, so this is probably the first really ranty style of video I've ever done. And I don't like ranting, but just sometimes the frustration gets to all of us, I guess. So, anyway, until next time, take care.